I'm Gina Rosenthal. I'm the founder of Digital Sunshine Solutions. And today I want to talk about building your own online adventure for VMworld. So we know because of the global pandemic, it is not possible to go to San Francisco or Barcelona this year. VMworld 2020 has to be 100% online. The good side of that is, yay, it's free, sorta. But the worst part of it is, man, I can't see my friends. I can't interact with people. I can't hear things live and feel like something really cool is happening. Or can you? There are ways to make an online event very interactive and make it feel real, build a world around it. But the very first thing you need to do is make sure you don't freak out. Don't panic. Just take a deep breath, breathe, and make your own adventure. This is possible to do. We've done it before, and we do it when we go in person to San Francisco and when we go to Barcelona to VMworld. We already make our own adventures. We don't follow the exact template maybe that is given from vmworld.com. We decide ourselves about how we're going to interact with the world that the VMworld staff creates for us for that week. So one thing to ask yourself is, how do you usually prepare to go to VMworld? What does that world look like? That's how we start any adventure, is by preparing for it. Usually the very first thing you'll do is register. Now that one's pretty easy because you just go to vmworld.com and register. And you can get a free pass, which never has happened before, to be able to see the sessions and to see the keynotes and everything for free. And yes, it's controversial. There's a premier pass. It costs extra money. That's where the good sessions seem to be. That's how you interact with the VMware experts. I could take a whole other hour to talk about that, but really that's just extra noise right now. We are on a quest. We are going on an adventure and we've got to prepare for it. So try to set that unfortunate situation to the side for now. The other thing you do when you're normally planning to go to VMworld is you get your travel all set. You take a week and a half off. You plan your hotel, your flight. Maybe you take people with you. Maybe you do something extra on the side besides just going to the VMworld events. Because we know that's not going to happen this year. You have to block your time. We're going to, instead of VMworld staff creating a physical space for us to walk around, a physical VMworld, we have to create our own worlds online. And it starts with blocking your time. So for the last couple of days of September and the 1st of October, make it clear that this is the time I'm going to attend VMworld activities. And it's important because everyone else that's going to be part of that world for those 3 days, that's when everybody's together. So block off your time. It's really important. The next thing we need to do when we're going on this adventure, we've done our planning. Now I have to plan our campaign, or what parts of VMworld are we going to visit? That usually is separated into 3 big parts for me. Maybe you have an extra one that you would add in. But the places I would want to visit are some parts of the official VMworld planning. Some of it are the partner events and the partner sessions that they have, and all of the community things that happen, of course. So let's start with the big castle. Let's start with the official VMworld programming. Again, when we think about time is one of the boundaries of how we're going to build this world. There are 3 days globally that everyone is going to be checking out the new content that gets posted in the online areas, the big castle that VMworld has created. So this is really important to know what the exact time boundaries are. Do you want to go to keynotes? Do you want to go to sessions? How about hands-on lab expos? When are you going to do that? Is there a certain time you have to go when more people that speak your language will be there? I don't know. That's stuff you have to plan and check out as you start to explore the big castle of VMworld. Another pro tip this year is make sure you try and unlock some new experiences. Going back to that idea of time and world building, since VMware is recording all of these sessions, time is relative. It means you can watch the sessions and the keynotes, all of them on your time at your house over your own internet. So why not figure out how to make that happen on your TV, in your favorite comfy chair, or your very favorite couch, with all the stuff around you that you like to watch sporting events or you like to have when you're watching a TV program. And then maybe what you want to do is to talk to your regular crew and say, hey, let's watch the keynotes together, or hey, let's watch these certain sessions together. Then your interactive set, you watch that on your TV, then you have your phones out or your devices out. You use Twitter or Slack or text or however y'all normally communicate to make the more interactive piece come out. You can even meet new people doing this, either using those being open and using those communication platforms in an open Slack channel or in an open Twitter environment, or even on watch parties. Watch parties are where someone might stream one of the sessions with a group of people who are interested in the same topic, and everybody is able to communicate and talk. But it's a great way to meet people that are interested in you. So try to figure out who's streaming things, and are there watch parties you can join? And I think as we get closer to VMworld, all of that's going to play out. We'll start seeing notifications about that. This is also, I want to talk about the meeting new people. It's kind of a big point. There's a lot of people who have never come to VMworld because of cost matters or distance matters or family matters or whatever, that are now able to be a part of it. So we can take all of that energy that we normally have at that world that gets created physically for us, we can bring that online. We can create our own worlds and create our own adventures to travel through those worlds and meet people we may not have even had a chance to meet before. That's pretty cool. Let's talk about another area to visit. We can visit the partner castles. So partner events are always insanely well-produced and crazy. Sometimes they have amazing concerts. Sometimes they invite you to a great dinner. Sometimes they have extra sessions either on the expo floor or on the expo floor or either on the expo floor or in a great location. So watch their Twitter accounts, watch their blog posts, find out what your favorite partners are doing. And if you don't see anything, ask them, ask your salesperson, ask somebody that you know at the partner, what are you guys doing for online? I want to include you in my quest. Now, we couldn't talk about VMworld without visiting all the community areas. Community is what has always bound VMworld together. This is how community is what has bound VMworld together always. This is how you learn new things. This is how you see new people. This is how you understand where the cool places to go hear new sessions are. It's all about community. Community people will let you know where they are because you'll see them in the same places. Twitter, maybe an email list, maybe a blog post. Watch in all the normal community places to see where people are and make sure you tag along with them or bring them along with you on your quest. A question I hear a lot about online events is, what about hallway? What about the hallway sessions? The hallway sessions are when you're just walking around and you run into somebody you worked with 3 jobs ago or someone you haven't seen in 10 years and you catch up on what they're doing, or you're able to find out, there's a great dinner, you should come join and meet all these people I'm working with now. How do we get that if we're not physically all in one place together? You guys, we've always had hallways online. It's the places in the past in between. It's those communication methods that we have found so that we can stay hooked together with a hashtag or by tagging each other. Those are our digital hallways. All of the normal social media tools that you can use to stay in contact and collaborate and talk real time as you're consuming the information from the partner castles or from the big VMware castle. And this year, there are more hallways to explore. I'd really encourage you to get a Twitch account, get a Discord account, play around and try to find the folks who are on VMware, on these platforms already creating VMworld content. I know I've created a Discord server basically to act as a hallway. There's several that I know of on Discord that are concentrating on VMware and of course VMworld. So go check it out, learn how to use the platform, and maybe that's another space where you can go on an offshoot of your quest. So the thing that everybody is missing and worried about is interacting with people and having that social feeling of being in this large crowd, but knowing that you belong there. So another question to think about as you're planning all of the places and all the ways that you're going to build your online world is, How do you usually interact at VMworld? I know how I do. I have lots of old friends and I'm not shy, so I make new friends every year at VMworld. This is important. Find your old friends. I know for me, there's a couple of Slack channels I'm on that have been dormant for 6 to 9 months that have all of a sudden started popping up. People trying to figure out what they're going to do for VMworld. Be the first to start that conversation. Wake everybody up. Find everybody. Figure out how are you going to go together and plan your online experience. Bring your friends along with you. But don't be afraid to find those new ways to make new friends, whether by figuring out how someone's going to be casting on Twitch or YouTube or using Discord, different places. Find all of that out so that you can meet some new people this year, just like we do every year at VMworld. The biggest thing of all, don't freak out because it's 100% online and you're tired of sitting in Zoom meetings and you don't know if you can take 3 days of that with VMware and VMworld. You can do it. You have to think big. You got to think differently. Think of this as different than 3 days of pre-recorded Zoom meetings. Think of this as the content is already there. Now, how do we interact with the people we want to interact with and learn more and see what's new in the future? How do we interact with people that could never attend VMworld again? Because this is pretty cool. Most of all, how do we connect everybody so we all can be building these adventures and we can have one great big VMworld? Speaking of connecting, connect with me. I'm Gina. My email is Gina at digitalsunshinesolutions.com or gminx on Twitter. Would love to connect with you and figure out how we can interact at VMworld and share our quest. Thanks.